Right. Well, from entertainment news to news from your own library, author Rhonda Mumby sitting right next to me. Debut novel, the name of the book, you can see it right here in front of us, A Journey to My Life. First of all, welcome to Everyday Iowa.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Give us the elevator pitch. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you. Then let's talk about the book.
All right. Awesome. I'm Rhonda Mumby. I am born and raised in Iowa. And about 15 years ago, I started writing this book. And of course, life and kids and work and all of that got in the way of actually publishing it, but I never set the dream aside completely. And so last year, my youngest was a senior in high school and about ready to graduate, and I decided I'm going to do something for myself. I'm going to finally publish this book.
After 18 long years, right? Finally. So what's it like to be able to have this dream and still have it in the back burner? That you didn't give up on it?
No. It was always there. You know, if the kids were homesick or late at night, I would be working on it, editing it. After I finished this book, I did set it aside to move on to another one and another one. So I have other stories in the pipeline ready to go. But yeah, it was always just that desire that I knew I needed to do this at some point.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your journey. Again, we're kind of holding off on the book. We're saving the sweet stuff for last. The journey in this, how long from start to finish? Like, give me a rough idea. I know you touched on it a little bit, but like ballpark, how many years? Because you probably had thought it up before you even started putting pen to paper, too.
You know, it was actually pretty quickly once the idea came to me. There was a song in particular that kind of sparked the idea in my mind, and then I went out and bought some notepads and pens and started writing it down. And then through the years, we got a laptop. I did some changing over to digital and editing there. So it's about 3.5 years start to finish on the first draft, another year or so when I revised it, and then set it aside. The next book took me about 8 years with all the family and things like that. But then the next book took me 3.5 months, and the next book took me 3.5 weeks. So I'm definitely getting my process
You're
down.
writing one during this commercial break, I have a feeling. No. Being a mother, I mean, so obviously having children, is this like one of the kids too, where you've raised them and now you let them go out on their own? Right.
The characters really live within you, and it's very hard to kind of let that go, but yet it's like you're sharing your kids with the world, and now I'm sharing this story with the world, and it brings me so much joy when people read it and tell me how meaningful it has been to them.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's in between the covers here. A Journey to My Life. That alone, I mean, that's a broad brush. Well, how do you paint with that broad brush?
Yes. Well, the tagline is, just when you think your journey is over, you realize a new one begins. And I think that's so true in life, that we're all on these journeys, and you never think that when a journey is ending that there's going to be another path that emerges that leads you through hope. And the question becomes, do you run from that journey or do you embrace it? And what we find in this book is Abby Templeton is one of those people who runs from things. When tough times come up, she runs away. But a chance encounter at a bookstore in New York City, she meets Ethan Lansing, and they find that they discover a kind of home with one another along their journey. And so when life gets in the way, can the love that they have be enough? And will Ethan's positive influence in her life be enough to help her start to embrace the journey, no matter what it is?
And that's just this one here. Now, you have said that there are more coming down the line. Is it part of the series, or are these different stories altogether that are coming our way?
Yep, it's going to be different. This is actually a standalone book. But the next couple I have coming out are going to be first in a series. And I really believe that it is the story that should be told and not the genre, so I'm not going to be specific to any genre. The Sunflower Experience that I'll be releasing later this year is new adult romance, and then the Semi-Charmed series is will probably be the first part of 2026. That is a young adult fantasy.
This is what happens when the kids leave the house. You start you're gonna have a whole library of your own personal works here. But behind us, you can see all these different dates. You're going to be out and about in Iowa, neighboring it over in Wisconsin for our Wisconsin just over the border viewers as well. Tell us a little bit about some of these events here.
Yes. I'm very thankful to have quite a few places where I will be live. The Norway Farmers Market on the 13th of September from 9 to noon. They've been great. The Library in Norway has my book on their shelves. The book club in Norway is going to have me October 7th to meet with them. They've picked my book for their book club that month.
They talk about stuff other than baseball over in Norway?
They do,
Wow, that's a shock. And I say that because they're good friends over there.
They talk about my book, too.
Good, good.
And then September 20th, I'll be in Ames at their public library for the author fair. The 27th will be Ellsworth, Wisconsin for
Yes,
their author
not
fair.
Iowa,
Right,
Wisconsin.
Quite a big difference there. And then October 18th will be the William Penn Homecoming.
Okay.
That's my alma mater.
There you go.
And they have an authors and artists event at 8:30 there.
And then West Branch in November, too.
Yes, at the Black Rose. I don't know if you've been there, but it's an amazing bookstore that has such a great vibe. It's more than just a bookstore, so we're going to have a signature drink and talk about my book. And
well, before our clock is ticking loudly, so I want to make sure place where people can go online and get this. And besides all these places you just mentioned, where can people go?
Yep, RhondaMumby.com is my website. I've got links to order it through Ingram Spark, my publisher, or Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Will you come back and visit us and talk about the other books next time?
I sure will.
All right, Rhonda, thanks for being here. We're going to put a link to her info, all the visits, and where you can get the book at kcrg.com. Stick